After the incident at Harrah's, we shared her image from their security cameras with other casinos. Technically, she hasn't broken any laws. Until we have evidence that she has, the department's hands are tied. Still, she's a person of interest and the subject of an ongoing investigation. Zeus laughed. She doesn't need to break the law. Even if she did, good luck arresting her. I grinned. Was that a joke? Zeus nodded. I suppose it was, though it was an unfortunate one. Another joke. Zeus laughed. That time it was unintentional. Even if she breaks every law on the books, any chance she has to evade capture will fall her way. Without her memories, I suspect her powers are operating by instinct rather than conscious effort. Our best chance to catch her will be to approach her as friends. The sooner Delphine can restore her memories, the better the chance we have to get her on our side. I nodded. She'd certainly be a powerful ally. We'll need all the luck we can get if we're going to stop Anubis and Ra as they steal people's souls and try to gain power. Zeus nodded. My thoughts exactly. The issue is, like the rest of my fellow Olympians, her powers are minimal at present. Minimal? Kevin raised one eyebrow. She cleaned out a casino last night. She's planning to do the same tonight. Zeus nodded. Her luck might run out. It will take time before her powers return. Is there any way to predict when that will happen? I asked. Zeus shook his head. Her power works mostly through subtlety. It's not like conjuring lightning. In my current state, I might deplete the power I've gained since inhabiting this body with just a few strikes. Hers will probably last longer. Kevin sighed. Well, let's hope we catch her at the moment her luck runs out. Zeus laughed and shook his head. That's the problem, isn't it? You'd have to be quite fortunate to stumble upon her at that moment. It would depend on luck. Until she runs out of luck, as you put it, you're not likely to catch her. I grimaced. Well, I don't suppose there's a god of irony out there who might help us out, is there? Zeus shook his head. Not in my pantheon. Delphine pulled into the lot at the casino. Kevin passed around his phone so we could get a good look at Tyche's photo, which wasn't the clearest image. She looked like your average, wealthy, middle-aged, Midwestern woman. Her hair was dark and short. Based on the men standing around her at the craps table, she was tall, but not so much that she'd stand out from the crowd. She was decked out in jewelry, likely provided by her fortuitous gambling habit. From what I could see from the grainy image Kevin had shared, she had 2 strands of pearls around her neck, a golden brooch, and diamond tennis bracelets on both of her wrists. She was also wearing an expensive dress and a pair of designer heels. The night before hadn't been the first time she'd tried her hand at games of chance. It had been only the first time she'd done it on a scale that had garnered the attention of a casino's managers. Kevin flashed his badge at a security guard on our way in, and they whispered back and forth. I didn't know what Kevin told him, but it was enough to elicit a kind smile from the hulking, shaven-headed man. The guard said something into his portable radio, probably to let the rest of his team know what was up. I wasn't used to taking a secondary role on a mission to capture a supernatural. Usually, I led the charge. This time, though, Sienna and I stayed back while Kevin led Zeus and Delphine to the slot machines. The plan was simple. Delphine would try to restore enough of Tyche's memory that she'd recognize Zeus and hopefully follow his lead. We'd take her back to my apartment in Delphine's mystery machine, and they'd help her recover the rest of her memory there. Part of the plan depended, ironically, on luck. Delphine couldn't predict which of Tyche's memories would return first. We hoped that since Zeus was the king of Olympus and Tyche had spent thousands of years following his lead, he'd be among the first things she recalled. Tyche was surrounded by handsome men, at least 10 years her junior. Apparently, the goddess's idea of getting lucky involved more than her financial interests. She was seated at one of the $5 slot machines, but the lack of flashing lights suggested she hadn't yet pulled the handle. She was taking her time, relishing in the experience and attention she was getting from her suitors. Kevin joined Sienna and me as we watched from afar. If things go south, there's no telling what might happen. Our priority is to keep everyone safe. I shrugged. Zeus said she's not a malevolent.